Coach Jesse Mahoney will take opening statement from the coach and then questions.
Yeah, I thought it was a good competitive match. I was, excited about the way we started the match. I thought we had great energy, and we were doing a lot of things we prepped for, and I thought we played well enough to win set 4, and felt like we could have got it to 5. Just didn't quite execute on some things, and we're at the point in the season where teams have 8, 9, 10 matches of information on you, and they can start to scheme a little bit more, and we've got a couple rotations that we struggle in, and those are the 2 rotations we bled points in tonight. CSU has a couple rotations, and we let them out with some service errors a couple times. I felt like that was maybe the difference in a couple of the sets, but 9-2 in the preseason. We feel like we're in a good place and battle tested and ready to go into conference play.
Jesse, you mentioned maybe some of the errors as the match went along. What do you feel like maybe didn't maintain for your team after the good opening set?
Yeah, it's we hit 385 in the first set, and you're not going to hit 385 for a match against a good team. That's just not going to happen. I thought we just had great energy, and we didn't quite sustain it. Our ball control degraded a little bit, especially there in gosh, I get them confused now. Set 2, I suppose. They're like a lot of teams, if they can get you out of system, they're big and athletic, and they were big and athletic and disrupted us. And I thought Anna was great tonight, but we needed some other kids to score a little bit more at some key times, and we just had some errors at the wrong moment in the matches.
Coach, you guys did take it to 4 sets tonight. Do you think there was anything you improved on from last night? Any highlights there?
Last night was the worst match we've played all season, and I didn't think that we played poorly tonight. I thought we played 2 really good sets. First set and the 4th set, we just we get around to rotation 1 and we bleed some points, and that happened to us again. So. I feel like we're in a good place, just understanding how to compete and what we need to do. We just have to continue to execute.
Coach, you guys started really hot in the first set. What kind of changed going into that 2nd and 3rd set?
Well, I feel like a broken record, but I thought that they didn't compete very well in that first set, and they definitely made some changes in just their scheme a little bit. The matchups in the 2nd set, in terms of where they started and where we started, weren't great for us from a blocking standpoint. And it's boring, but it's serving and passing. If you serve great and pass great, you're going to be good. If you serve poor and pass poor, it's going to be a struggle, and it was definitely a struggle for us in that set.
Jesse, looking forward a little bit, if you don't mind, obviously start Big 12 coming up with a tough road trip. As a whole, what did you like about your team in non-conference, and what do you feel like maybe has to be addressed before you get into conference, especially 2 tough ones right out of the gate?
Yeah. It sucks to lose, especially back-to-back, especially at home. Felt like we've been playing better. Certainly played better last weekend than this weekend. I do think that we're in a better place now than we were a year ago. I think a year ago we were 6-4, 6-5 coming out of the preseason. So just in that way we're better. And I think this team is still hungry and feels like they can compete at a high level because they have done it. So they're not hoping it's going to happen. We have done it. We just got to continue to do it.
Coach, Ryan had 41 assists tonight, especially after last year with Taylor graduating. How well has Ryan Finley filled that role for this team?
Yeah, Ryan's doing a fantastic job. She's kind of waited her turn. She's in her 4th year. She has a good understanding of what we want to do with the offense, and I think she's executing it, really well. There's we're trying not to be predictable, but sometimes we fall into that vein, and that's not Ryan's fault. That's just kind of a function of who can score for us right now. We have to give her a couple more options, but I'm happy with what she's doing from an offensive standpoint.
In those later sets, there were, you mentioned like service errors and some hitting errors. Do you think that was nerves, or how do you plan to address that in the future?
How many nerves? No, I don't think we're at the place in their careers where they have nerves about what's going on. We had 9 aces and 6 errors, so I'll take that all day. I thought we served fine, and you can serve in and easy, and they're going to score at a really high rate, or you can serve hard, and they're going to score at a lesser rate. You're just every now and then you give them a free point. So it's not so much the errors; it's the rotations that they are in. So there's 2 rotations that they struggled with a lot, and we let them out in that 4th set in both those rotations with service errors. That was more my point.
Struggled much during this start, but it seems like when the team has struggled like tonight, Anna is pretty consistent, but as you mentioned, after that, maybe getting consistent production lags a little bit, and that's when this team struggles. So that's something that you need to kind of look at going into to Big 12 play. Yeah, more consistency, supporting her on that attack.
Yeah, I mean, we need more players that can score. There's no doubt about it. That being said, Anna hit negative for the last 2 matches, so we can't rely on her either, right? I thought she was great tonight, but it's hard to hit for a high percentage when we're, giving her 57 swings, right? I mean, that's going to be tough for anybody. So, in order for us to beat a top 50 team, much less a couple top 25 teams like we're going to go on the road to play, we need 2 of our 3 pins have to be scoring, and hopefully both middles are scoring, but we can't have 2 pins not score and us be successful. I'm not sure if that answers your question, but
On the defensive side of the net, Splowska, obviously a bunch of big plays, as well as Dwight Allen Payne. What more can you ask from them in a tight game like this?
what more can I ask? Well, Maria had a great match from a defensive standpoint, and that's why she is out there on the floor, because she is a fantastic blocker, and she's super active and takes a lot of space. I thought Lily, sparked us in that 4th set with a couple stuff blocks, and she was the reason why we built that lead. Those are 2 players that we count on for those things. We have to get Maria more involved offensively, and we need to, that's not a surprise if you asked her what she needs to do. She needs to score more points, be more available.
Okay.